What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So in this video, I'm going to try to make it as quick as I can. You might see some jump cuts here and there to kind of cut some time on this video, but this is a summer fragrance haul from Tom Ford that I've been wanting to do since last year. I wish I would have done last year because what I paid for a 30 ml of Oud Minerale could have got for the 50 ml reissue last year. Now, not so much. It's exploded in price, but I'm super excited for these nonetheless. Let's bust them open. Let's give them a sniff because 5 of these are complete blind buys. Stay tuned. So first and foremost, this is the one I've spent the most time with. I bought a 50 ml of Costa Azzurra Parfum, and this used to be a 10 ml. There's that much left. I literally spray it pretty much every night. I actually did a full review on it from this decant, and I like it even more than I liked it in the review. So I'm glad to finally have a 50 ml. For those of you not familiar with this one, I'll have the notes on screen. We're not going to dive into the bottle too much because I mainly want to get into the ones that are first impressions. With this one, you're going to get that juicy lemon at the top. Like the note breakdown is what it is. The oak dominates this one. It's an herbal green, kind of smells like a rich guy that owns a yacht kind of smell. Costa Azzurra, I get it. It's a Mediterranean theme to the fragrance, and the scent profile really matches it. The opening is very strong and dense, but as it starts to settle down, it's one of the best smelling summer DNAs I've ever put my nose on. Like as I've spent time with it, I've grown to greatly appreciate this scent profile for what it is, and I strongly encourage you to get your nose on it because this is not reinventing the wheel, but it's refining what a blue fragrance can be. So it's that simplistic. We'll take a look at the bottle real quick. Like I said, not going to spray it. It's beautiful, that gold metallic. Not going to spray it because I spray it literally all the time, literally every night this past week. Absolutely gorgeous scent that I think is underappreciated, and more people should really spend some time with it. Again, that's Tom Ford's Costa Azzurra Parfum. Now, with that said, I've only sprayed this one time on my hand at Sephora. This is the EDP of Costa Azzurra. So, I don't even remember it. It's been so long, but could have swore it was much more aquatic and fresh overall. So here we are. The beautiful 50 ml signature bottles from this particular line. So this and the next 5, this one wasn't a complete blind buy. It's just been a while. The last 5 are complete blind buys. So we're going to spray all of these on skin because I don't even completely remember this scent. I've spent a lot of time with the Parfum. I just remember this one being fresher and more marine and aquatic, a little more watery. Very much so. There's a little bit of a smoky nuance to it. Yeah, it's got a little bit of an incensey type of feel. God, I love a good blue fragrance. That's no secret. Yeah, it's actually, I don't remember it being this incense dominant. Could just be my skin because frankincense, any incense note, olibanum and such, tends to really come out of a fragrance when it's applied to my skin. It really jives with my natural oils and my skin chemistry. I still say this one's slightly better for daily wear, I think, than the Parfum, but overall, I don't think you can really go wrong here. This is a little bit more smoky. It's much more watery and aquatic overall than the Parfum. Pull up the notes on screen for you guys real quick.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
So, according to Parfumo, fresh citrus, aquatic, spicy, and woody. Just lemon, cypress, and oak wood. The accords make sense, though. Fresh citrus, aquatic, spicy, woody. I do get a little bit of an incense type of feel. It's a little smoky. Could be from the oak, but not really. Oak typically isn't a smoky, nuanced wood. But yeah, that's pretty much it. The lemon's not as sharp and dominant as it is in the Parfum, but this is just overall fresher and very much redundant to the Parfum. I would say if you're the type that lives in the high heat climates and you want the better daytime wear overall, I think the EDP is going to be the way to go for you. But if you like kind of something more mass appealing for evening wear, the Parfum is going to outshine this one, hands down. Okay, so we might as well do the other Costa Azzurra while we're at it. This is Costa Azzurra Acqua. This is a 100 ml. Now, I know this one's supposed to be a lot fresher, obviously. So I have looked at the notes on it many times, because like I said, I've been wanting to buy these for over a year, and I put off doing it last summer, and I regret it. Not necessarily because the prices have gone up on everything, most notably Oud Minerale, but oh man, look how beautiful that bottle is. Look at that frosted blue. Just stunning. Just stunning. And yes, before somebody goes saying in the comments, I know all these Acqua flankers are notoriously moderate at best performers. I get that. I'm cool with that. I wouldn't have bought them if I wasn't anticipating that being the case. Decent sprayer. Nothing super spectacular. Definitely cannot pick this up from the cap. Let's see how close it is to the others, because I've never smelled this one. This is, from here on, it's complete blind buys. Much more airy, a little floral. The citrus shines more, because these are eau de toilettes, all these Acqua flankers. 4 of the next 5 fragrances. Well, I'm sorry. I have 2 more Acqua flankers, Oud Minerale and Eau de Vert Boheme, which we'll get to that in a minute, but this is such a nice freshie. It definitely is of the DNA of this, but much more watery, a little light floral tone. The citrus is way more dominant here. Nice hit of lemon, but also smells like a supporting grapefruit, like a lemon-grapefruit combo. Hot summer's day, I bet this is phenomenal, and I will know soon enough. Let's pull the notes up.
12 seconds later.
Costa Azzurra Acqua, according to Parfumo, aquatic, fresh, citrus, woody, spicy. Top notes of sea breeze, juniper, cypress, and myrtle. Okay, the myrtle might be that little bit of flowery tone. Lemon, pine needle, pine tree cone. That's weird. Cistus, absolute, and mastic. Okay, so that's probably going to offer a little bit of a earthy feel to it. The greens are very fresh here. There's no pungence. It's just fresh. Fresh is just such a good word. I'm glad that's the second accord, because I find it's more fresh than it even is aquatic. Very much in the same vein as the DNA of the Eau de Parfum. I would say if this is something that you reach for year-round, not just in the summer, and you're just a huge fan of the DNA, which the Parfum made me a huge fan of the DNA, I would say this is a great summertime or vacation by the beach. This is that version. This is the one for the high heat, outdoors. You're not going to get a lot of performance out of it, I'm sure. It is so airy and fresh, but juicy and watery at the same time. The greens don't dominate too much. For all these green notes, it's not an earthy green feel, and it's a little bit of a light floral touch, has a soft powdery feel to it. So glad to finally have this. This is the one I was most excited about. Costa Azzurra Acqua. Okay, moving on. We are going to go to Oud Minerale. This is the only 30 ml of the group. This is the reissue, not from the private blend. Like I said, I paid with shipping $130 for this 30 ml, and I could have got a 50 ml of the reissue, same style, last year before it got discontinued, because I'm sure it's discontinued. That's why it's skyrocketed. So I can't find it at any of the retailers either, or the discounters. I bought this on eBay. All of these came from eBay, by the way. So I've heard great things about this. I know it's a dry, woody feel. Aquatic, I believe it's a little smoky even. I've never smelled it. I'm just going off of Justin's description, because I know Justin is a fan of this one. I believe he has the 30 ml as well. Boy, that's pretty. That graphite gray frosted glass. That is a nice touch. 30 ml. You know, not something I'm going to wear all the time anyway. That's why I was fine with 30 ml. This is going to be a situational summer evening fragrance, because for those of you that don't know, I'm moving to the beach in a few months. Sprayed right there already. Ooh, big spray. Wasn't expecting that. Very much a dry, almost, what's the word I'm looking for the way this comes across? Like a rotten wood. As weird as that sounds, I know that sounds off-putting and terrible. It's dry, rotted wood, airy, and watery. This is not mass appealing, but I really, really can appreciate and dig this aroma. This is an interesting one. This is everything I heard it was. I want to say the other opinion I've heard on this was Chris from Fragmental. Shout outs to my buddy Chris. I want to say I've seen him talk about it before as well. Damn, this is really good. Far departure from the Costa Azzurra fragrances that we've smelled so far. Gonna be the most interesting of this video, I'm sure. Smells pretty potent too, I have to say. It smells like it's got some oomph to it. Oh, this is just getting better by the moment. I'm so glad to finally have this. Like I said, because of where I'm gonna be located, this is gonna be potentially for events as well as certain occasions in the evening, because we're gonna be living at the beach. So, and this still has that oceanic feel. This is a much more sophisticated take on an aquatic, I have to say. Dry rotten wood, as weird as that sounds, it works. It works. Damn it, it works. So glad to have this. I can't stop smelling it. I'm glad I already took my shower, because I won't be washing any of these off. I'll just be letting them run their course the rest of the evening. All right, I spent a lot of time on this one. My apologies, that's making the video long. Okay, Tom Ford Oud Minerale. See this 50 ml? Last year this time, I could have got that for the same price I got the 30 ml. Sad. It is what it is. Aquatic, woody, fresh, spicy, smoky. Okay, so there's definitely smoky, a smoky feel to it. According to Parfumo, seagrass, spindrift, don't know what the hell that is. Ambergris, oud, and pink pepper. Pink pepper, really? I would not have guessed that. It comes down to it's watery. It is a little smoky. I got that immediately from the start. I'm sure I believe I said that. Dry, rotted out wood, a little smoky, and very fresh water. It's not all that salty. A little bit. I take that back. It's a little salty. This is so unique and well composed. This is the kind of stuff people expect when they buy a Tom Ford fragrance. Yeah, this is fantastic. I'm so glad to have this in my collection now, even at just 30 ml. Tom Ford Oud Minerale. Next, we're going to go with Eau de Vert Boheme. Obviously, according to the label, I know this is part of the Resort series. This is supposed to be a very green fragrance, from what I understand. Here we go. Yep, that green frosted glass is beautiful. These are all beautiful, beautiful bottles. Everything in this video is a beautiful bottle. Atomizer's pretty much lined up. There we go. Good spray. Puts a lot of fragrance oil and alcohol on the skin. I don't know how well that's going to pick it up. Maybe you can see some of it near my bracelet. Very targeted, but ooh. Fresh cut grassy green. Authentic, photorealistic. Very photorealistic and herbal. A little flowery, but very grassy green. Fresh cut grass for sure. A little vegetal. Such a departure. Everything's kind of going all over the place. Obviously, the Costa Azzurra fragrances were all of the same vein. They're of the same DNA. But we're going all over the place with the Oud Minerale to now Eau de Vert Boheme. This one's about as special as Oud Minerale, I think, anyways. So grassy green. This is so much more artistic than it is mass appealing. It's very good storytelling type of scent profile, and I don't know the story behind the fragrance, but that's the kind of scent profile this takes me back to. It's trying to tell me a story that involves greenery and vines and just almost like the forest in many ways, like a damp, dewy walk through the forest. There's a freshness hiding in the background that's wanting to come out more and more with this floral tone. It smells kind of like jasmine. I like this even more than I thought. I would. Let's get the notes up.
10 seconds later.
2021 Eau de Vert Boheme. Chypre, green. So, Scent Trek. Gustavia Scent Trek. It's a trademark note, have no clue. Honeysuckle, so that must be that floral I'm getting. Italian Bergamot, Magnolia. There's some white floral action. Sea Breeze. Sicilian Mandarin, and Violet. I get a lot more greenery than what this note breakdown is not what I'm smelling. Honeysuckle, sure, that makes sense. The Sea Breeze, sure, that makes sense. Even the Magnolia. But I'm not seeing any greens. Oak moss, something. Tarragon. Kind of has a cut grass smell. Tarragon's good for that. Very much a sweet floral coming out, which has got to be honeysuckle. That note makes complete sense. It does kind of smell like that. It would be honeysuckle. I don't think it leans all that feminine. Not to me, anyways. Some of you may smell this after the opening, and when that honeysuckle comes out more, they're like, oh no, too girly. I get it. But I've got a lot more floral dominant fragrances than what this has to offer. I have to say, it's not that feminine to me. Oh, this is beautiful though. That grassy green tone's it's changed pretty drastically from the top spray to literally just a minute or two in. Definitely a spring and summer fragrance. Not just summer, but it's so green at its core that not just the color scheme, I would think this would be a great daytime wear in the spring. But I'm vibing with this. I don't have anything that smells like this. Tom Ford's Eau de Vert Boheme. Guys, I'm loving this, by the way. So we're going to go with the one Justin sold me on. I've heard him talk about this one so many times. Mandarino di Amalfi Acqua. Been wanting to try this. Okay, hands down, this is the prettiest of them all. Very, very, very blue. Aqua blue. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. So we're going to spray on the inner part of the forearm here. Beautiful mist. If I remember correctly, this had a pretty complex note breakdown from what I remember about it. Obviously, it's based around orange. Ooh, watery, but still zesty. Mega fresh. Mega fresh. There's something specific with this orange note that it's reminding me of. What is it? An orange popsicle. That kind of orange. It's cooling, but still has this lip-smacking tartness to it a little bit, but it's also ultra fresh. It smells a little orange blossomy as well, not just orange. Obviously, Mandarin orange would be what it is with a name like Mandarino di Amalfi. I'm sure it's Mandarin orange, but it's got a little bit of an orange blossom smell to it as well, like that orange flower type of tone. It's a crowd pleaser right here. This is the biggest crowd-pleasing DNA of all of these. I mean, I haven't tried Sole di Positano Acqua yet, but I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's probably more of a crowd pleaser than that one too. I can't imagine anyone not liking the way this smells. It's too good. This is the best smelling fragrance. Pull up the notes.
More moments later.
2017 Mandarino di Amalfi Acqua. Citrus, fresh, fruity, aquatic green. Wow, yeah. It's the most complex, for sure. Italian Mandarin orange, neroli, that makes sense. Bergamot, black currant bud, grapefruit lemon, spearmint, tarragon basil. So a bunch of greens, minty freshness to go with all of this citrus. Very zesty. I'm surprised. Oh, never mind. Heart notes orange blossom and orange. Because I was going to say it's very orangey and smells like orange blossom. So there's two different orange notes and orange blossom. Black pepper, clary sage, jasmine, shiso leaf. I'm going to say it's like a minty tone. A mint green smell, if I remember correctly. Coriander seed, a spice. Musk, vetiver, amber, civet, and labdanum. Really? There's some animalics in the base. Didn't see that coming. It is very orange blossom dominant. The spearmint kind of makes sense because it's very, very bright. Almost fizzy and effervescent. Like I wouldn't have been surprised to see aldehydes listed in here. It's so bright. This is killer. I'd love to smell the non-aqua version because I've never smelled that one. This is going to be a banger for the summer. This is the best smelling one. Hands down. Okay, last but not least, Sole di Positano Acqua. I believe this one's centered around jasmine. I believe this is going to be one of the more floral ones of the group. But like I said, I've looked at the notes before. I've been putting off buying these for a long time. Stunning. Another one that's stunning, this teal color. Sole di Positano Acqua. Give it a spritz. Inside of this forearm, one spray is plenty. I've got fragrance all over me at this point. Wave off some of that alcohol. Jasmine, but zesty citrus, it's lemony. Might even be grapefruit or something. I don't know. It's very citrus, but it's a little lemon type of smell. But spiced white flowers. It's probably jasmine. Smells like jasmine, so I'm assuming it's jasmine. With some spice. A little herbal. It's herbaceous. Could be a green spice that's making the spice. It could be a green note making the spice because it is a little herbaceous. I expected this one to be more feminine than it actually is. This one has an elegance to it and as floral as I expected. Even a little musky. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Stunning aroma. Elegant. High class. But fresh.
12 seconds later.
2019 Sole di Positano Acqua. Citrus, fresh, floral, aquatic, green. Lemon petitgrain and petitgrain. So a dominance in greens. Comorian Lang-a-Lang. Really? Shiso leaf. Moss. There's my spicy green. Smoke moss. Base note of sandalwood. How is that? It even says floral in the accords. How is there no jasmine listed in this? It smells like friggin' jasmine with a bunch of spiced greens. Super green. But not the same kind of green as this. Wildly different fragrances. Wildly different. It's getting a little minty. I bet that shiso leaf is a minty note. Talk to me about it. Herbaceous leaves, spicy. So it's a spicy green note, apparently. Thought it was minty. It's coming with a little mintiness here. Whew, man. After Mandarino di Amalfi, I don't know what my favorite is. That's a tough, tough choice. Let's give them all some first impressions ratings. So this video is longer than I wanted it to be. We're going to exclude this because I've actually done a full review on this one already. Definitely type in TLTG Tom Ford, TLTG Costa Azzurra Parfum, any of that stuff, it'll come up. Now, Costa Azzurra, the Eau de Parfum, it's fantastic. I would say this is the most signature scent worthy of the group. That makes it a great 8 out of 10 fragrance. This is easily an 8 out of 10 because it's something I could wear every day. I could wear this every day, no matter the situation or the season. 8 out of 10. Costa Azzurra Acqua. Light, airy, a little bit greener, and a bit more watery than the previous. Not as woody. Much more on the fresh side as advertised. Just easygoing and laid back. It's not phenomenal. It's not as good as the other two versions, but it has a place in my collection. Absolutely. I figured that was going to be the case. I think it's very good. It's not better than the other two versions, but it's still a 7 out of 10. This is still very good if you wear it in its ideal situations, which I think is high heat daytime. That's what this is for. Oud Minerale. The most interesting and polarizing of all of them. It's so interesting compared to all the rest. It's the one that steps out, like it veers furthest away from outside of the box. I think it's outstanding. 9 out of 10. Oud Minerale, 9 out of 10. It's amazing. It's great. Sadly, the smallest bottle, but it's not one that, for as much as I like it, appreciate it, I'm not going to reach for this all the time. Even if I had 100 ml, I wouldn't reach for it all the time. It's a very situational scent profile for me in the first place. That's why 30 ml is totally okay. 9 out of 10. Eau de Vert Boheme was grassy green and started to change greatly. It's got a little bit more white flowers going for it, but it hasn't gotten away from the freshness and the greens. It's very, very nice. Now that I've gotten to smell all of these, it's not the best one in the video, though. It's still a very good fragrance. It's the greenest of the group. That to be very true, because of this grassy green note. Whatever's going on, it's very grassy green. Fresh cut grass, photorealistic, fresh cut grass, vegetal type of smell. I think this one's very good. 7.5 out of 10. I really, really like this one. The bottles are irrelevant to these ratings, by the way. This is one that I think specifically I'm going to want to wear with a semi-casual setting in the heat. Because of the green elements to it, the Chypre vibe, I think it offers a little bit more class than just a basic freshie. Mandarino di Amalfi Acqua, the mass appealing fragrance of the bunch. So zesty. It's still quite zesty, a little spiced. Still has a strong hit of the orange blossom smell. The orange citrus has started to die down, but I get plenty of the orange flower. Nice dose of spice. Super mass appealing. I think this is another phenomenal daytime scent that's the biggest crowd pleaser of the group. This one's great. I think this one's an 8 out of 10. Yeah, for sure. Mandarino di Amalfi Acqua, definitely an 8 out of 10. This is the only one of this group that I think makes me eager to try the non-Acqua version, because I'd like to see what the denser take is, because the fresher side is amazing. The Eau de Toilette, the Freshie is amazing, so I'd love to try the Eau de Parfum. Last but not least, Sole de Positano, the one that kind of surprised me a bit. I expected it to be more floral than it is, though there's a nice white flowery tone. Spiced greens. It's flowery, but it's listing lang-a-lang, but I don't necessarily get a bunch of yellow floral. I get white floral jasmine. This one's great, too. I put this one easily up there with Mandarino di Amalfi Acqua at 8 out of 10. I can see this being just adoring to my wife. I think she's going to love to smell this. I think it's, believe it or not, because of the spiciness, I think it's a little more masculine for her taste than she would want, even though it's got a floral core and heart to this fragrance. I think because of the spiced green smell, it's something that'll suit me and my taste better, obviously, but I think it'll smell better on me. I mean, if she wants to wear it, she can, but I think she's going to really enjoy this on my skin. Call it a hunch, but I think she's really going to like this one. 8 out of 10. Well, it was still a long video, but it could have been a lot longer, and I appreciate you guys for sticking all the way through with me. And until next time, do me a real quick favor, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, because I do appreciate all the feedback, and I love hearing from you guys. Of these, what have you tried? These are all good for the warm weather. These Tom Ford Freshies. Performance is irrelevant to me. If some of them last 2 or 3 hours, it is what it is. Obviously, some of them will last longer than that. Oud Minerale, I'm sure will. Costa Azzurra EDP, I know will. Costa Azzurra Parfum, I know for a fact will. I've sprayed plenty of it. But I'm super happy to finally have these. This was a bucket list haul. It wasn't just 1 or 2 of them I wanted to get. I wanted all of these for a while now. Pretty much since Costa Azzurra Parfum came out, I've wanted to get all of these. And I'm super happy to have them in the collection. And until next time, I will say if you get your hands on any of these Tom Fords that I deem perfect for summertime, and you give them a spray now, you'll probably end up thanking me later. Because they all smell great, and they're all so different. Have a good one, guys.